Hello, my name is IJEZIE Nnamdi Stanley, and this presentation discusses the AWS security, privacy, and compliance policy developed for BitBit um, INC. The purpose of the policy is to protect companies' data, employees' account, and cloud resources hosted in Amazon Web Services. Throughout this presentation, I will explain the security tools, policies, and responsibilities needed to create a secure and compliant cloud environment. Moving to the second is the presentation overview. This presentation addresses the key security questions required by the project. Um, the discussion covers endpoint security, employee protection, AWS security services, monitoring shared responsibilities, employee permission, and policy recommendation. Together, this topic form a comprehensive security framework for BitBit's cloud operation. Moving to the third slide, which talk about BitBit's AWS security policy overview. The primary goal of the policy is to protect confidentiality, integrity, and availability of company data. The policy uses AWS security best practices to provide strong access controls, encryption, monitoring, and compliance management. It also follows the AWS shared responsibility model, ensuring that both AWS and BitBit understand their security responsibility. For the fourth slide, which talks about securing PCs and mobile devices. To protect employees' devices, BitBit should use AWS IAM Identity Center for centralized authentication and multi-factor authentication for storage access control. AWS Systems Manager can help manage and patch approved devices, while AWS Key Management Services encrypt sensitive information. Combined with endpoint protection, software, and compliance policies. These controls help ensure that only trusted devices can have access to company resources. For the fifth slide, which talks about protecting employees, accessing cloud resources. There are several important concepts for protecting employees in cloud environments. This includes the principle of least privilege, strong authentication, multi-factor authentication, and a zero trust security model. Regular security awareness training is equally important because employees are often targeted through phishing attacks. These controls help reduce unauthorized access and improve overall security. For the sixth slide, what AWS core tools will the IT security department need to accomplish this network? The IT security department should rely on several AWS security device or services. CloudTrail provides auditing and logging. GuardDuty detects threats. Security Hub centralizes security findings. AWS config attacks. AWS config, tracks compliance, inspector identifies vulnerability, massive protect sensitive data, and KMS managers encrypt key. Together, these tools create a strong security foundation for Bitbit. So moving forward to the seventh slide, um, with the question, how do those core security tools work to protect assets such as server, computer, and mobile devices? Each AWS service contributes to assets protection in a different way. CloudTrail Tracker user activity. Guard Duty identifies suspicious behavior. Security Hub consolidates alerts, and config monitor compliance. Inspector scan for vulnerability. Massey identifies sensitive information. Yeah, and KMS encrypts data. And when these services work together, they provide multiple layer of protection for servers, computer, mobile devices, and databases. Moving to this eighth question on the eighth slide, what will employees have permission to do in the AWS systems? Employees' access should be controlled through role-based access control and the principle of least privilege. Employees should access only the system and information necessary to perform their jobs. Secure authentication methods such as IAM Identity Center and MFA should always be used. And restricting high-risk administrative permission help reduce the likelihood of accidental or intentional misuse. For the next question on slide 9, what AWS tools would you recommend to monitor the environment at the headquarter office? To monitor its headquarters environment, Bitbit should implement CloudWatch, CloudTrail, AWS Config, Security Hub, um, VPC flow logs, and CloudWatch alarms. I think these services provide visibility into system activity, configuration changes, performance issues, and potential security threats. And effective monitoring enables proactive detection and response to security incidents. For the 10th question, how does monitoring help IT security department protect highly regulated digital assets? Monitoring is critical for protecting highly regulated digital assets. It helps securing teams identify unusual activity and detect unauthorized access. It maintains compliance record and responds quickly to incidents. And continuous monitoring improve visibility across systems and provide the evidence needed for audits and compliance reports. So moving forward to the 11th slide, which the question, how does your security policy help ensure security is a shared responsibility at Bit Bitbit Inc? The policy supports the AWS share responsibility model. AWS is responsible for securing the underlying cloud infrastructure, while Bitbit is responsible for identifying management access control, encryption, monitoring, and employee training. And by clearly defining responsibilities, Bitbit can improve accountability, and create a stronger security culture throughout the organization. And for the 12th, what responsibility can Amazon have to protect Bitbit data? Um, Amazon Web Services is responsible for protecting the physical infrastructure. Yeah, the physical infrastructure that supports cloud services, and this includes data centers, servers, networking environment, and virtualization technology. For the next question, what responsibility will Bitbit employee have to protect the company's data? Employee play a key role in protecting company data. They must secure their password and MFA devices, follow company policies, use approved system, and report suspicious activity immediately. Um, moving to the next, why should Bitbit implement this security policy? Bitbit should implement this security because it strengthens security, it improves compliance, readiness, and reduces the risk of attack. For the next, which is my recommendation and conclusion, I recommend that Bitbit formally adopt this AWS security, privacy, and compliance policy. The proposed control provide strong protection through identity management, encryption, monitoring, threat detection, and employee accountability. Implementing this policy will help Bitbit maintain a secure, compliant, and resilient cloud environment while supporting long-term business success. Thank you for your time and consideration.